Today, I want to talk about something that's been on my mind lately: therapy. Specifically, how most of us by now in 2025 have had some kind of brush with it, whether it's through a counselor, an app, a self help book, or even just scrolling through psychology hacks on social media. We've all picked up a little bit of something. And a lot of that something comes from cognitive behavioral techniques, CBT if you're fancy. So it's the stuff about challenging negative thoughts, reframing situations, connecting the dots between what we think and how we feel. And it's powerful, right? And it's everywhere. And honestly, it's kind of amazing that we actually live in a time where this knowledge is so accessible. But here's the thing, and this is where I wanted to dig in today, too. Sometimes we take those tools and we overdo it. We start connecting dots that don't need to be connected. We analyze and dissect every little feeling or moment until we're stuck in our heads, spinning in circles. And I think more often than not, what we really need isn't more analysis, it's just being here, right now, in this moment. So let's back up for a second, right? Therapy's gone mainstream. It's not this hushed, stigmatized thing anymore. If you haven't tried it yourself, you probably know someone who has. Apps like BetterHelp or Talkspace have made it as easy as ordering takeout, and even if you're not formally in therapy, you've likely absorbed some of its language. I'm catastrophizing again. That's just my inner critic talking. Let me reframe that thought, right? We've all become amateur psychologists in a way, and that's not a bad thing. CBT, for instance, it's this practical evidence-based approach that teaches us to notice patterns. Like, if I'm feeling anxious, maybe it's because I'm assuming the worst case scenario. So I challenge that thought, test it against reality, and boom, I feel a little lighter. And it works. And because it works, we start applying it everywhere, right? Why did I snap at my friend? Oh, it's because I was tired, and that triggered an old pattern from when I was ignored as a kid. Why do I hate my job? Well, let's trace it back to my fear of failure, which connects to that one time I bombed a presentation in high school. We're detectives piecing together clues, building these elaborate stories about why we are the way we are. And it's satisfying, and it feels productive. Here's where it gets tricky. Not every dot needs a line drawn to it. Sometimes we're so busy mapping out the why that we miss what's actually happening. Like, maybe I snapped at my friend because I was just tired. Full stop. No childhood trauma required. Maybe I hate my job because it's boring, and that's it. No deeper existential crisis to unpack. We've gotten so good at digging that we forget to ask, does this even need digging? And I've caught myself doing this a lot. A bad day hits and suddenly I'm Sherlock Holmes, right? Trying to figure out what ancient wound it's tied to. Was it something my parents said in 2005? Is it my attachment style? And yeah, sometimes there's truth there, but other times I'm just tired or hungry or it's raining and I hate when my socks are wet. Not everything has a grand narrative. And chasing one can pull us away from the actual moment that we're living in. This is what I mean when I say we don't always need more analysis. Therapy's great for giving us tools, but the best tool might be just knowing when to put the toolbox down. There's this quote I love. Someone smarter than me said it, probably like a mindfulness guru. And it's, "The mind is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master." When we're overanalyzing, the mind's in charge, dragging us into the past or future, connecting dots that don't matter. But when we step back and just be, when we let ourselves feel the rain or laugh at a dumb joke without overthinking it, that's when we're really free. Think about it. How often do you feel better after spiraling down a rabbit hole of why? For me, it's very rare. What actually helps is simpler. It's taking a walk or listening to music or calling a friend and not even mentioning my bad day. just talking about nothing. Being present doesn't mean ignoring your feelings. It means feeling them without building a whole case study around them. So yeah, therapy is awesome. Cognitive behavioral techniques, life-changing for a lot of us. But they're not the answer to everything. We don't need to connect every dot or solve every mystery inside ourselves. Sometimes the healthiest thing is to just let a moment be what it is. You're upset? Okay, feel it. You're happy? Great, enjoy it. No flow chart required. Next time you catch yourself overanalyzing, because we all do it, just pause. Ask yourself, do I need to figure this out right now, or can I just let it be? More often than not, the answer is the later. We've got the tools, and that's amazing, but the real skill, knowing when to just stop using them and just live. So thank you for listening, everybody. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Great, enjoy it. No flow chart required. Next time you catch yourself overanalyzing, because we all do it, pause. Ask yourself, do I need to figure this out right now, or can I just let it be? More often than not, the answer is the latter. We've got the tools, and that's amazing, but the real skill is knowing when to stop using them and just live. So, thanks for listening, everybody. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What's one time you overanalyze something and just wish you'd let it go?